So you guys just finished your set. What was your set like here in Scranton?
The kids were awesome in Scranton today, to be honest. For me personally, this is my first tour in about 3.5, 4 years, so every show is always, you're very thankful for the turnout, and it was just different. It's nice to have a day off and come back like full force and fully energized, and I think what we gave out, we received 10 times back, so it was wonderful.
Was this is this your first Warped Tour, or have you done Warped Tour in previous years?
Yeah, we've done Warped Tour. The band as a whole has done Warped Tour 06, 07, 09, and 13. So yeah, I've only done it 06, 7, and 13. I didn't even know about it.
Now, what was your first Warped Tour experience like?
First Warped Tour experience. I mean, you know, you grow up and go to Warped Tour, and you know, see all these bands, and you know, you're excited that offer comes in to play it. So like, we were a bunch of kids, just I don't know, just really excited. It was a cool experience. I mean, that's kind of when, long story short, like Chiodos was really starting to take off as a band. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we started to be up on this uphill climb, like Matt mentioned. We were playing the Smart Punch stage, which is probably equivalent to now like something smaller than the Monster or the Tilly stage. It was one of the smaller stages, but we were drawing bands just as big as the main stage acts. So we're getting a lot of attention. We were only supposed to be on it for I think 2 or 3 weeks, and we got off for the entire tour. So that was really exciting as well. And then the next year we came back and did the full Warped Tour on the main stage. So definitely super thankful. I mean, the Warped Tour in general, like the way it's run by Kevin and everything, like Kevin Lyman, the owner and the founder of it, it's just, he puts together such a fantastic package, and he deals with so much every day that it's pretty crazy. But it's definitely a tour to get your name out there as a starting band, and to even build it bigger as an established group.
So it's changed a lot for you guys over the years, from you know, something that you would not have heard of to draw, you know, one of the draws of the
right. Yeah, I definitely think everything progresses in life, you know, and people change, obviously. I think the only thing that's really changed for us is that we go harder every day, even though we're older. Like, our thing is to make sure that we are the best that we possibly can be every day. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, that's all we strive for, is because we're all perfectionists, so we all strive to be the best at our craft and what we do. And there's nothing worse than a band getting on stage and not giving 120% to people that paid a bunch of money for a ticket. There's nothing to me more embarrassing than watching a group that does that. You know what I mean?
But it's still just as hot.
Yeah, it's still just as hot. Yeah.
As you get
so the heat has not changed. It's probably possibly got worse over the years. So.
Now, are you guys working on an album currently?
Currently, we are going to go into the studio after the Warped Tour, and we'll record our album. So we're pretty much about 80% of the album. We have some nicks, some stuff we need to get together and kind of just work out some things. But I mean, we have a lot of material written, and we'll probably write a little bit more. So the most prepared we've ever been, by far.
Now, what inspires you to write a song?
I don't know. I think it's just kind of how you're feeling at that time, or the emotions that are kind of surrounding you. Sometimes we'll just all get in a room and jam, and that's what we come up with, you know. It just depends. It really varies day to day. So
it's definitely like it's a day-to-day thing.
So we spent about 2 months in California writing, and we were living in a house studio thing, and basically all we did was write every day. So we would get in the studio and jam and write, and some days you come out with some cool stuff, some days it's kind of just and you just toss that, you know. So I mean, it's really hard just writing awesome stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean,
tax. What how do you see this album shaping up as compared to what you've put out previously?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. Personally, I think, and I think a lot of us probably feel, it's going to be a mixture of our first 2 records, because this is the original lineup again, minus our old guitar player, so we have a new guitar player. I think we're going to have a lot of elements of the first 2 records, All's Well That Ends Well and Bone Palace Ballet, mixed in there, but I think we're also going to bring kind of a new element with a new guitar player that'll kind of bring a different sound as well. So I think it's going to be a lot bigger. I think it'll be pretty rock and theatrical, and I don't really know until it's done, you know. Sure. As a musician, writing music, you're never done, ever, even if it's recorded.
Until someone tells you.
Yeah, until someone tells you.
Stop it.
Yeah, like, okay, this needs to be released, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. gonna be fucking awesome.
That's really all that counts.
That's really all that counts, yeah.
Now, I read that your guys' name came from the Chiodos brothers. Is that
Correct.
true? Okay.
The producers?
Yeah.
The producers, correct.
Right. Now, so you guys horror movie fans, or has that had an influence at all, or was it just like it just sounded good at the time?
Matt, that goes to you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. A lot of us are, like, cheesy horror movies or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, the name came up, Craig and I were,
Talent show in high school.
yeah, it was a talent show, we were chilling in my parents' basement, and we had watched that movie, and we're like, we gotta think of some name. So it's like, I just picked up the box, and was like, yeah, it was a cassette, or the VCR. And I was just like, how about this? And just ran with it, and it's stuck ever since. 11 years later.
Yeah. Actually, the unique experience about that, though, is we actually have had the opportunity to go to their studio in California.
It was awesome.
Yeah, their daughter, or her boyfriend, or someone was a fan. So we met them, you know, like we hung out, gave them some CDs and posters, and they gave us a little tour of that. So that's definitely been the most unique thing about what's come of the name. So, yeah, now it's just Chiodos, and I mean, it doesn't have any underlying meaning to it at all, you know. So people are like, oh, is that this? Is that that? No, it's just a name. So.
Now, outside of Warped Tour, what has been one of your favorite or maybe your most memorable tour that you guys have done so far?
Gosh, I think probably for me personally, my most memorable tour, I guess I'd have to say two. We did an arena tour for the Taste of Chaos, which is another Kevin Lyman tour. So with like 30 Seconds to Mars and The Used and Census Fail. That was really cool because you realize you're playing these places that are massive. And for us, I think for a long time, we were just all about the club shows, the intensity, and you know, getting sweaty and getting really into it. Then I think the biggest one for me probably was like when we opened up for Linkin Park. That was just probably the biggest tour I think we've probably ever done. I mean, it was a 3-band bill, and I mean, they're playing Madison Square Garden and selling it out, you know what I mean? I mean, they're just a massive rock band. And it was kind of unique because it was kind of a tour where everybody was kind of on their own because you're in this huge arena, there's only 3 bands, so there's a lot of room to be, you know? But that was definitely kind of like, wow, like my parents know I'm doing it now. Like I'm playing Madison Square Garden, you know? So I think that for me, but what about you?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Do you feel, you know, as you're working on your new record, that you've grown or matured as musicians? Do you feel like you're taking another step in your career, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so cliche for anyone to say that as a musician personally, because obviously we all grow older and we start changing our opinions on whether things that we like, things that we eat, the way we act. We just get older and wiser. I feel the cool thing about it is that it's been so long since we've all recorded together that there's that newfound camaraderie again that we've missed for so long. And it's like, sweet, I get to record a record with guys that I grew up doing this with. You know, we started playing together when I was like 19, I'm 28 now. So, you know, it's been a long time, and I think it's going to be for the better, you know, and I think that everyone's extremely excited about releasing new material, especially like, and we're playing Warped Tour, we're playing songs we wrote when we were 19 years old, you know, so.
There's not many things that you grow up with that you still do, you know, decades
Correct,
later.
yeah. So, and I think our friendships have only gotten stronger because we've gotten wiser. We kind of learned more about each other and our quirks and things, how to make each other like TikTok, you know, so.
So what's next for you guys after this?
After just recording the album, we're doing the Warped Tour in Europe, and that's in November, I believe. And after that, just hopefully releasing the record and crush it. So that's all we're trying to do is just move forward. So that's it.
Do you have any future career goals that you want to kick off the bucket list, so to speak, that maybe
The bucket
you haven't
list.
gotten to yet?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be selling an amphitheater like this, being the headlining band or something. I think that's every musician's dream. I mean, there's a lot of people that stick to these core roots of like, oh, I want to keep it all about the music and stuff, but I feel if you're true to yourself and your craft, and a lot of people like you, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So I think releasing a record that's really successful, that we're really proud about, is very important to me. Just being able to travel the world to new places that I've never been before. I'd love to go to South Africa. South Africa would be cool. South America. We've never been there, you know. I'd love to get back to Mexico again. Somewhere in the, like the Philippines, Malaysia would be cool. So just as much traveling with my group of friends that we can possibly do, and having as much fun doing what we do until we can not do it anymore. So, awesome. So, you got any bucket lists? No.
Those are all the questions I have. Is there anything you wanted to add that maybe we didn't get to?
No, I mean, just that beyond the we're on Razor and Tie Records now. They're going to be releasing our new record in early 2014. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Just keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm sure there'll be plenty of promotion. It's the age of the internet now, so I mean, you can find anything you want, anywhere, at any time. So that's all we got going on, man. We're excited to be back. We're excited for all the fans coming out to Warped Tour and supporting us. We're thrilled that people still care, because we still care, So it's nice to have that connection with those people. So other than that, that's it, man. Cool. Awesome. Very nice to meet you, man.
Thank
Pleasure.
You. Appreciate it.